So what's up, y'all? So like I said before, I leave videos around for just notations of things. Right now, I'm sitting in a car in a Walmart Plaza because I've been getting projections and threats of very aggressive. Well, not whether it's aggressive or not doesn't matter. Again, if you project the fact that you say or you threaten to rape somebody, there's a reason why I can't go home right now. I would prefer to be there with friends, not just to use it as, um, a shield or nothing. It's just what I picture my life being when I was younger as opposed to what it is forced into being now. I thought I would be more accomplished. I thought that I would help other people be accomplished. Um, Not only that, like my safety should have never been in question. It should have never been threatened. And I always thought that I would be where I could do things within good groups of people, within big groups of family, within big groups of friends. I've never been judgmental. I said this on a previous video. I've always got the fact that, some people go through things that they did not choose to go through, and you can't help how those things hit you. But to say that, oh, okay, I was cool with being one of the people that went through that, no, I'm not. Who is, again, when you talking about, are you trying to save someone from having their limb chopped off? Who is someone that is like, oh yeah, I'm a volunteer to get my limb chopped off? No, you're not. You're gonna try to think of the best way to help them without harming yourself. And so, but when I don't know, it's just something that was echoed. The sacrifice. Majority of the people who try to force people into a position of sacrifice, they don't sacrifice anything. They don't put their stuff on the line. They don't go and fight for people's safety, security, and they set people mentally in a false sense of security to force other people into a false sense of security so that they can living with this luxury thing that they keep talking about, that they say that you're wrong for questioning them about. Again, it's a false sense of what luxury is. Like the stuff that they keep saying openly is luxury. It's not. Those are automatic rights, and then you're trying to force it in a position to make it seem like that is something that people have to earn. No, again, you have to earn because the fact that you have proven to be very untrustworthy or very mentally unstable. That's why you need to be the one to earn it. But for someone that's not doing all of that extra stuff, they really just trying to help people, or they really just staying to themselves, and they not even harming themselves, let alone harming anyone else. It's different for them. It's different for them than it is for you, and that is why, because you are trying to manipulate, use and abuse and twist the truth. And so it's just like, bro, it should not always be a debate or of, oh, we're gonna deal with worse or worse or. It's like, no, bro, you need to correct yourself. You need to separate. You need to get therapy. You need to go in and feel the silence within subtle, healthy, balanced emotions and thoughts. Like you, or no thoughts at all. You need to feel that and know what that feels like. You know what I'm saying? What it means to be truly balanced. And so, again, I'm sitting here in a car that, again, I have had several ownerships over several cars, and I should not have to sit in this fudging car. Um, and so it's just like, again, but to where's all your cars? Again, had enough cars for you and your children, but they are forced away from you, or you had enough goal and drive and focus and creativity to have your own business, to have several businesses, to teach people how to have businesses of their own. But that's the thing, y'all are so selfish. You don't want people to have more than what you got. But at the same time, like how I speak on the situation about, think about how many products have been made since the time of the 90s. I was a child, and they have not been sold. What did you do with all those products? Majority of them, you just burnt them. You took them to the landfill and you burnt them. That's what they didn't resell them. Majority of them went in the garbage. It's like how we used to go to fast food restaurants. Like, I don't know if y'all remember Shoney's and Ryan's and Golden Corral and all that stuff. When they first came out, there's a lot of people who used to like going to eat at all you can eat places. But I remember like they would put out whole new slots of like food, and then by the end of the night, no one had touched them. No one touched them. They're not gonna send it home with the last few customers that's in the store, but they threw them in the trash. And it's like, it's starving people in the world. Why are you just throwing out? Even if you talking about food that wasn't an actual animal that you slaughtered, even vegetables, you're just throwing it in the trash. And it's just like, again, you're that selfish to where you know when stuff has expiration date, or even when you talk about products like clothing and shoes, all that stuff is not getting bought. It's not getting bought. And again, you know that, again, people don't want to put into, things that, again, you are acting psychotic. They don't trust you. You don't even want to get to know anybody. You don't want to tell anybody your real name. You don't want to tell them what your true thoughts are, your goals, your aspirations, the things that you see is important, because you don't want anyone to tell you that you're wrong, even if they're being truthful with you, even if you are in fact wrong on the way that you do things or what you think is okay. But that is love, that is concern, that is care, whether you want to believe it to be true or not. And again, to teach other people to care for themselves and to care for yourself as well too, self-care. So again, like, you can't say that no one care about you, because again, or you can't say that did no one care about how things affect the other ones when you're blocking good people off. And so it's just like, that's where I'm at right now with everything. I'm trying to wait and see, because every time someone motions to go and say something or do something, it's like to bash me or to put a label on me that's not true to who I am. When you see me, when you walk up to me at face value, and again, who I truly am. And so it's just like, and again, just because someone is no longer living, that doesn't mean they were a bad person, in a physical body of their own. It doesn't mean that they were a bad person if they truly, underwent a very, very strong force of manipulation and lies and confusion and hypnosis. That's even worse. And so, like, you know can people have the ability to forget about what the truth is, or who they were, or who they actually like, who they wanted to communicate with, and who they didn't, when people are keep approving for idiotic reason? There's no reasoning at all. And so to push for the tactic to be used in such a major way to harm people. And so it's just like, yeah, I don't like the cold. So I would never volunteer to do this. I really don't. I like the heat. I like the heat. And then not only that, like, I like being in a setting with a lot of people. I don't know. I'm the baby of all my siblings. I always had this vision that, like, we would be in a big house all together, us and our friends live together, teach community, care for, different things, whether it be plant life or animals. And it's just like, why is this such a bad thing to where people had to lie on me or bash me or try to make me seem like I was a dang on criminal or a pervert? Like, I've never been overly perverse or overly addicted to anything, but they do this to a whole bunch of people. They do that to a whole bunch of people. It's just like, oh, you're not cool, you're not trendy, oh, you trying to break out of what we said is the norm. That's not right. Like, they try to bash them to make it like it's reverse psychology for real. And it's so crazy because these things do take effect in people's everyday to day life, and it's selfish as hell for you to sit up there and say, oh, this can't get fixed today. This person got to sit and wait. Excuse me, I have children that are being affected For a child to not be around their parents, that is a problem. For a person to get raped into having children, that is a problem. For you to have other younger family members and they not even get raised around their family, that is a problem. And I get the fact that they was a problem for other people as well, but at the same time, they should not have to keep going through that until your people get freed up. And we don't even know where they are, whether or not they're gonna get freed up. I don't mind advocating for them to get freed up, but at the same time, what the fuck is going on? Like, again, why is it like, again, when you talk about, there's things that you can do without. I'm not about to approve of this just for you to feed into a delusion. I'm not about to approve of this for you to feed your ego. I'm not about to approve of this for you to feed some addiction, because you are addicted to having control over people, making people fear you. Like, again and again, so when you talk about this landmass, we're not gonna sit up there and act like people were not thrown together based upon manipulation, lies, force, abuse, when in fact that they were. But so don't sit up there and try to label me and my family as the problem when me and my family didn't do anything to you. But I want to state the fact that there are vibrations that are coming through, and I'm calling them vibrations because whether they have physical bodies of their own or not, there's a lot of them that's coming through, and they saying they are truly innocent. Not only are they truly innocent, they are saying there's a lot of individuals that is being made to feel as though they're not innocent when they really are innocent. That is a heavy thing to have to deal with. Something that will have something as big as an elephant downed. You get what I'm saying? Like, they can't move, they can't breathe, they can't think. You think you gonna be able to, as a human, a normal, average human body mass, gonna be able to fight against that? No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Even the people that push it is not where they can fight against it. But again, like I was trying to post earlier, you can't tell me, okay, like, for instance, when you talk about the different levels of, oh, well, it's a class thing. No, it's not. That's the lie that you feeding into if you gonna keep feeding into it. It's not a class thing. Or like, the fact that, okay, say for instance, you talk about there's a level of list of fine dining, okay? There's certain things that I go for myself for a career. McDonald's, Wendy's, all of that stuff, that's not careers. That's not, if you don't have your own um restaurant and running it with you and your family and friends, and there's enough people in population to do that, and everyone still have enough money, make enough money for themselves. Again, but you talking about, oh, well, you want to create a business of abuse. I'm not promoting that. I'm not gonna promote that. And then, and so it's like, again, you talking about these places are at the bottom of the totem pole when you talk about McDonald's and all of that. But for you to sit up there and try to act like McDonald's, no, because they do. If you ever go to get hired at these different jobs, it's like I was showcasing Ross, right? So they tell you, like, there's a list of things that you have to do to keep the place clean, or how you are allowed to treat people. You're talking about having respect for people's boundaries, and how you treat people, or how you talk to people, or how you want to tell me that McDonald's is at the bottom of the barrel, but they have better standards than I have for myself, or if I have for my own family, or how I have for when I want to communicate. Even when I'm agitated with people, I have better communication skills than that. Come on now. That shit is very fucked up. For you to sit up there and talk about, oh, you have lower standards than McDonald's. Like, fuck you. I don't want to keep cursing, but at the same time, because again, even that word, fuck you. Like, why does everything have to be about sex related, right? Oh, you can say that it does not mean that all day long, but someone is playing with that. Someone, again, they are using that to say, oh, they keep approving abuse. No, we're not. So again, watch what you say, watch what you do, watch what you approve of. Again, I'm not approving of sexual abuse. I'm not. And so again, Like I know the difference between again. Can you just like doctor, scientist, lawyer, surgeon, firefighter? Those are careers. And I don't judge people who, again, they have to use all of these other stuff as stepping stones because people are blocking them from actually doing their own goals, their own dreams. These people are very intelligent. A lot of these people are non-problematic, but you're going to make them look like they're a problem just because you're intimidated. Just because them minding their own business, living their own life, and being concerned with them, their family, their friends, and anyone that they encounter outdoes you, and so you got to make them look bad from day to day. That is something. It's something wrong with you. It is seriously something wrong with you. And so I don't have a need to fake it, bro, at all. And I'm not okay with programming. I'm not okay with reaction that's not natural. You get what I'm saying? I'm not. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, jeez Louise. Like, you can tell your lights is bright, bro. And so it's like, and I'm not about to sit up here and act like they not doing that shit deliberately. When, again, I was sitting in the parking lot and someone, like, you know how you park in a parking space, but you can park across several parking spaces at once. Like, and then you got your light shining directly in my window. Like, you got your fucking high beams on. As soon as I pull out my phone, you speed off. Like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Again, y'all are like trying to find different ways to approve this psychotic behavior, and it's like, no, bro. You make it seem like the justice system is just, but it's just a bunch of bullshit. You get what I'm saying? It's not to keep people safe. It's just a bunch of bullshit. Just whatever you compile together to say, oh, well, that's gonna be a law. Then the child care system doesn't actually care for the children. What do you call it? Child safety. They don't care for these dang on children. They don't keep them safe. They don't. You just wait. You don't do stuff out in the open because you don't want people to call you out. You wait until the door is closed where can't nobody see you, and then you still do shit that you know you ain't got no business doing. Like, it's real fucked up. But again, you have a birth control in you. Implanine, Explanine. It slowly seeps out medication to keep you from having a baby. How do you know that someone doesn't have the same thing in them that like affects their day to day functions, the way that they function day to day, or it affects their mobility? You don't know. You don't know, and then you don't care about. You don't have limitations. You don't care to ask people what they're going through. Like, you don't care to have respect for the thing within itself. And so why would I believe that you would care about how these things are affecting them? But I'm not approving for y'all to use that as an excuse just because they don't care. It's a whole bunch of people that will.